Hello and welcome to Echo Arena VRML Channel 1. I'm SputnikKobra and I'm joined by Hex2906 on analysis today. We will be featuring Phantoms versus Envy. And we've got everyone in the arena right now, so we'll be starting this matchup in a few moments. Hope everyone in chat is doing well today. And I hope they're looking forward to a really good match. So I'm excited to see how Envy does against Phantoms. Phantoms currently placed 3. Actually, Envy's currently placed 2. A little bit of new information for me, so they will be fighting for that second spot. And with that being said, we are about to go into round 1. And hello Steel, hello Ali, hello Glitzel, hello Viatrex, Hilero, and Multi. I think we'll have all 3 VRML channels today. I think that Swift's on channel 2 currently, and Palador will be featuring the Quackheads game on channel 3. So a really good lineup of games today. And hello Wolfo, I hope you're having a good day as well. So everybody tuning in to see this Masters Division matchup for the European region. And with that being said, we were about to begin this first round with this neutral joust. This is Phantoms versus Envy. So to win it will be Envy. National Agency finding possession but quickly being stunned out by Emil. Emil going for this long pass down to Lowrider, and Lowrider will put the first 3 points of the game on the board. Very quick rollout from neutral joust from Phantom. And Mike Ward, we gotta get all the games today. So Envy with this joust advantage, quickly getting stunned out would be Niles. Picked up at the floor by Boop. Boop sending it across. Not gonna find its first target, but picking up will be Emil. Getting stunned out, but able to get that pass off. So Boop with it now, sending it forward as well. Picking up off the wall will be Lowrider. Lowrider sending it back to Boop. Trying to get their offense set up outside this bubble. And Boop 90 trying to find some advantage against his defense, getting it to Lowrider. Lowrider's going to take that shot. So Phantom's getting started early, finding these 5 points. 29-second goal time on that. And just over a minute off the clock. So joust advantage now back to Envy. Infiltrate, sending that forward to Niles. Niles not under pressure just yet, feeding it up. And a nice cross pass coming through to BK. So Envy looking very cool and composed right now. They're down by 5. Getting that past Niles and behind the goal and trying to find that angle. Pulling out that goalkeeper will be BK. So a very cool and collected offensive rollout from Envy, able to put the 2 points on the board. Getting that pass behind the goal to BK. BK pulling out the goalkeeper to find those 2 points. So 4 into QB for Phantoms. Sending it right tube. And Emil sending it to Bowtie, but it's going to bounce off the Geo. He picked up at the ceiling by a member of Phantoms. Sent back and back to Emil. You see Phantoms with their nice composed play. Especially their passing. They're very clean passing. Envy trying to respond appropriately. National Agency covering Boop. And sending it down the wall. Lowrider now with possession. And finding those nice 2 points. So you see from both of these teams, very cool collected offensive play. It's very nice to see. This is some of the play that I love watching. And I love casting it. It's very... No, I wouldn't say relaxing, but it's a nice change of pace from NA games. So Nile sending it forward. Now down to National Agency. National Agency under pressure from that stack. Sending it across. Can infiltrate with it now. And they'll set up outside the bubble. Get this pass into the bubble. That's going to bounce off the Geo. And be picked up along the wall by Boop. Boop going for that clear. Going to be through the tube. But shutting off that clear would be... Well, it would be an attempt from Envy, but it'd be picked up by Phantoms. Phantoms not able to find that shot, but able to recollect. Send it back to Boop at the back line. So we'll be fed back to Emil at the floor. Emil's going to take his time. They have this 5-point lead. They recognize it, and Envy recognizes they have to pressure that, so they send a player up. But Phantom's able to get past his defense and lowrider to the bottom pocket. Another 2 points to Phantoms, and see Envy recognizing that they have to pressure that. There is no shot clock, there is no possession clock. So these teams are free to just run out the clock as they please. And still a 7-point lead, or 5-7. And that forward pass from Envy. BK now with it, sending it across National Agency. And Envy trying to get some rhythm going. So they will send it across to Niles. Niles making that drive towards the goal, and a nice stop from Torn. Torn shutting down that opportunity. Will be picked up by National Agency, not able to get it to a teammate. Will bounce out of the bubble, and at the back line, will be infiltrate now with possession. Sending it up to the ceiling, so BK now with it. BK crossing it. And another save, back-to-back saves from Torn. Torn really doing a lot of work on defense. So it will be a loss of possession and a turnover to Phantom. Phantoms will find that pass cross, still in their backcourt. Envy recognizing that they have to pressure. There's still 5 minutes on the clock. And Envy trying to force some type of error, but Phantom's just looking very clean, very flawless with their passing right now. So it will be a clear through tube, and maybe a shot. That one's going to ding off the crossbar, but will be retrieved and taken by Lowrider. So Envy trying to force these errors. Not able to. Phantoms will retain possession from that clear and find another 2 points in the bubble of Envy. 4 minutes on the clock. Envy to QB. Niles to receive it from Infiltrate. Another slap pass to BK. BK will feed it back, but an interception will come through. Emil will find it. Emil sending it to that back line. It will be retrieved off the back wall. And Torn will send it to Boop 90. And Boop going for a long shot. That one looks good, and that is good. So that is a 3-pointer to Phantoms. Phantoms extending their lead. And at 48 meters, Boop recognizing he has the angle, visualizing it, and taking the shot and making it. So an excellent play from Boop. Infiltrate 2QB, sending it left to Niles. Niles not able to find that follow-up pass. So will be turned over to Phantoms. And another clear coming through, but this time at the ceiling, it will be taken by Envy. Envy sending it through mid. Not able to find it. Would be Phantoms, but it will be picked up by Torrent after that second bounce. And Boop getting that cross pass to the floor. So Phantoms doing very well on offense. Working around this Envy defense, and it'll be a loss of possession off that Geo, but it will be retrieved. Emil's able to find it. Emil to the wall. Torrent going cross, and that one's going to be ahead of its target, so they won't be able to connect on that one. But at the back line, it will be Lowrider now sending it further back to Emil. So Phantoms continues to have success in getting that pass, but the save from National Agency and the interception. So Torrent able to shut down that one, and another interception from a clear attempt. Lowrider now with it. So Phantoms really recognizing these clear angles. And up to ceiling. And to shield. And a nice shot from Emil to end that offensive possession. Phantom. So terrific save from National Agency, but doesn't buy Envy enough time to get it out of their bubble. A little rush. They will send it into the hands of Torrent just within the bubble. So infiltrate to QB and not able to connect on that one, but able to retrieve it off the wall. Under pressure though, throwing it to mid. You can see Phantoms really collapsing upon this offense. And BK now sending it across to Niles. Niles back to BK, but that one's going to be behind target. So it will be retrieved at the ceiling by Lowrider, sent to Boop. And Boop going for the clear through that tube, and the Phantom stack retrieving it off the wall. Sending that shot, but Pebble will be there to block that angle. Then a nice cross to Emil, and Emil finding another 2 points. So Phantom's looking very good against Envy. 90 seconds on the clock. They have this 16-point advantage. Envy's having difficulty on their joust advantage, having difficulty finding their passing. QB will be Niles. Niles under pressure. Finding that pass, though, to BK. BK now recognizing that stack coming from behind and under pressure. He will throw an interception to Lowrider in the tube. Lowrider down the floor. It's going to be slightly wide of its target. And National Agency will now find a clear, and this is a chance for Envy. They just have to retrieve that bounce off the ceiling. They will. And they recognize that they have this 2v1 advantage approaching the bubble, but getting into the bubble on defense will be Phantoms. And Torn will find that possession, send it forward to Boop, and Boop will send another clear through off the wall, and it will be retrieved by BK at the bubble of Envy. So another bounce coming through, another turnover. Niles back to Infiltrate. Infiltrate will lose possession, but National Agency will pick it up, slap it forward to BK. And BK will throw that interception, so closing these angles on these passes continues to be Phantoms. Phantoms will send that down towards the bubble of Envy. And it will be a clear attempt. Will not be on target. The Lowrider now with possession, going for that 3, and that one's going to be good. So another 3 points, 21-2 lead, 19 points. So almost a mercy in this first round. And we're gonna kick it to Hex for analysis.
Yeah, what a game. These are the type of games that I play VRML for. I mean, the top teams of VU. You can see that they have their skill set almost complete and the game mechanics completely down. They're calm and collective. Great offense, great defense from both teams. Just Phantoms being a really old team already. Just have it a bit above Envy at the moment. You can see that back in the scores as well. I mean, Lowrider has 14 points in this game, and Torin with his 3 assists and 2 saves is pretty good. And on the other side, it's BK actually running the offense, and Niles helping him with that actually. So it's really interesting to see, and I'm very curious to see what round 2 will bring. Bring it on. Maybe Envy will say, hey, we're here too, and might take the second round. Who knows?
Yeah, they might show up. They might find some rhythm against Phantoms, but Phantoms defense has been very impressive, able to shut down these pass attempts, find these interceptions, and really put a dent into these Envy defense.
Absolutely.
So with that, that will be the start of round 2. And with this neutral joust underway, it will be won by Envy. Envy looking to get it in the bubble and a quick score coming through. So finding that rhythm, as Hex had said, they're going to find some momentum. Put the first 2 points on the board in the second round. A quick 4-second goal time to that. So now joust advantage to Phantoms. 9 minutes 30 seconds on the clock. 4 and 2 QB, setting it right, under pressure, finding Emil. Emil recognizing that stack in front of him. And Envy now playing very aggressively, leaving that goal open, able to get back and contest Lowrider. Lowrider able to get that back pass. Now Phantoms with possession. Boop approaching bubble. Boop getting stunned out. You can see this invigorated Envy team really pressuring Phantoms on defense. And I will take a sip in just a moment, Wolfo. And that shot coming through, it will bounce off the crossbar. Will be picked up by Phantoms. Phantoms feeding it left. And they're going to slow it down by sending it back to Emil on the back line. So Emil with possession at bow tie. A little bit of a feign, but sending it up to ceiling. And Torin sending it cross to Lowrider. And Lowrider will find the 2 points, so it is tied up. A minute off the clock there. So Phantom's really playing to their advantages, slowing it down, finding these advantages against the NV defense. So NV 2QB infiltrate with possession, sending it left to Niles. Niles now sending it further left to BK, and BK funneling it down court to National Agency. National Agency up to ceiling, and getting into this bubble and trying to finish it will be NV, but getting stunned out. Niles will pick it up off that soft shot attempt. The stun coming through, really disabling that shot from a player of NV. So BK will be awarded the assist, and then Niles will finish it off on goal. Into QB, sending it left. You can see this NV defense getting down court, applying pressure in the backcourt of Phantom. And it will be a clear coming through. Actual pass, a very long distance pass, stuns coming through, a loose disc, and a little bit of commotion at the floor. They'll lose possession. The Phantoms, Torn at the back line, will find it. Torn having 2 great saves back-to-back earlier in the first round. So a very impressive display. National Agency also finding 1 very close save. And Phantom sending that down court. Infiltrate will find possession of it. Now sending it down on that clear, but Torn is there at the back line. Get possession. Now sending it back towards the NV bubble. It will be picked up by NV. National Agency sending that interception. So you can see this pace picking up. These teams becoming a little bit more rushed or hurried. The Torn with possession, sending it right to Lowrider. Lowrider looking for that pass at stealing, but recognizing it's covered. Getting that pass, though, will be another player of Phantoms. A loose disc, a little bit of commotion, some stuns coming through in the bubble. But quick to retreat will be Phantoms, and finding it at mid would be Boop. Boop sending it up to ceiling. Warren taking the shot, but National Agency, Infiltrate, finding the save on that one. So 6 minutes on the clock. Only a 2-point advantage to Envy. Envy having lost the first round. And the clear will come through from Envy. As stuns at the backcourt of Envy. Envy has this advantage, but it's quickly lost as Phantoms is quick to retreat. Clap it out of their bubble. Will be taken by BK. BK being stunned out, losing possession. Now Niles with it. Niles himself will be stunned out along the wall. So Phantoms will recover. Go for the clear. That backstack will come through and looking to get it off the Geo. They have this almost open goal opportunity, but Envy is quick to get into defensive position. Now Torn with possession. Trying to pull out that Envy player. They do get a stun on them. And then follow-up pass. Emil back and the give and go to Boop for the finish. And there is a game after this. It is Tempo versus Phantoms, I believe. My memory is not that great, but 5 minutes on the clock is tied up in this second round. NV2QB. Niles finding that first pass, not able to secure the second pass. So it will be a turnover. Phantoms now sending it through the tube. Retrieving it at mid will be Lowrider. Lowrider sending it left to Boop. Boop finding that cross pass, but Boop will be stunned for that follow-up cross pass, not be able to retrieve it. And BK will find it at the floor, sending it through mid, and that stack from Envy is looking to get it. But a good play from Phantoms. They will find possession. That other back stack and the interception coming through. So BK will find the 2 points. Envy maintaining this lead, 4 minutes on the clock. A 1 possession lead. This is a very good second round, and that is definitely an understatement. So Envy rebounding from the loss in the first round. 4 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Torn to QB, setting it left. A nice relay on that stack. The Lowrider with it at the floor, setting it back to mid, and that pass is not going to be on target. Looking to retrieve it will be Phantoms. So Emil now with possession under pressure. Setting it along the floor, and it will be a turnover into the hands of Infiltrate. Infiltrate now trying to find a clear, but it will be another turnover. Emil now with possession. To Lowrider. Lowrider to Boop. Phantoms down by only 1 possession, and they're really playing to their advantages. This is when you see Phantoms slow it down, use their excellent passing plays. Trying to pull out that Envy defender. So Envy needs to recognize that they have this advantage, and Lowrider will find the shot to the bottom pocket from behind the goal. Is now tied up in the second round. Envy looking to force a third round, take the second round, but Phantoms doing their best to pull off this sweep. Infiltrate to QB, sending it left. Niles finding that pass forward to National Agency. National Agency sending it left, and that back pass is not going to be on target. So Phantoms needs to get down court to take this advantage, and they will find it. And Torn going to take the 2 points above the goal. So now momentum has shifted into the hands of Phantoms. A 2-point advantage. Less than 3 minutes on the clock. Envy needs to wrestle control of this game back. So 2QB will be infiltrate, sending it to Niles. Niles under pressure from that player of Phantoms. Enforcing an error right there, but still recovering. It would be National Agency being quickly stunned out by a player of Phantoms. Scoring now with possession, sending it through mid. These stacks looking to form and get down court. It will be picked up by Torn. And Torn working his way around that defense and finding another 2 points. So extending their lead to 4 points will be Phantoms. With 2 minutes on the clock, that's enough time. Envy just needs to find a rhythm. They started off this second round with momentum. They scored with 4 seconds on the clock. Infiltrate 2QB, sending it right. Niles now sending it forward, but able to get that rebound. And National Agency going for the shot. That one's going to be off target, recognizing he had an open goal, but not able to sink it. So we'll be turned over back to Phantoms. Phantoms has this 2 possession advantage, and they're looking to play against the clock. Emil now at the back line, taking his time under pressure. Boop now with it, and you can see this very clean, very collected backcourt passing from Phantoms. Phantoms just playing out this clock, but they'll make an error there. This is an advantage for Envy. BK going for that shot, and that's not going to be on target. They needed that. They needed that 3. And will be slapped out towards mid. Phantoms to retrieve it. Phantoms sending it forward. And a little bit of a conflict over that bow tie. And the shot will come through, so Emil will put 3 points on the board. Now a 7-point lead to Phantoms in this second round. And the hopes of forcing a third round for Envy are diminishing now. So Joust advantage to Envy. Infiltrate to QB. Infiltrate sending it through tube. That will be intercepted by Emil. Emil now going for that clear along the floor. Will be picked up by Boop. Boop sending it across. Back to Emil. And Emil back to that back line. So Torn, recognizing that there's 30 seconds on the clock, recognizing they have this advantage, they will run out this clock, or they'll make a drive. They will make a drive towards the goal, and Lowrider will find another 2 points. And this will be the second round and the series to Phantom. So an impressive display from Envy in the beginning of this second round, but they're not able to maintain that momentum. They're not able to take the second round. So they will fall to Phantoms in 2 rounds, with the round 2 score being 15-6. With that being said, we're going to kick it right back to Hex with analysis.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you could tell that Envy kind of adapted in the first bit of the game. They said to themselves, okay guys, we lost the first game, let's show them what we're made of. Unfortunately not quite enough, but they picked up the pace really well. But I mean, Phantoms, with that teamwork that they do, if you look at the stats, for example, you have everyone scored points, but you can also see that there are a lot of assists, which is purely because of the great passing work that they constantly do, and they're always calm, collected. They know what they can do and where they need to be at all times. It seemed a bit rushed in the beginning, like Phantoms didn't expect Envy to come back in this game with such aggression, but certainly at the end of the game, they said, "Okay, guys, calm down. We can do this," and they showed them.
Absolutely. So we will be back in a few minutes with the next match. It should be Phantoms versus Tempo. Don't quote me on that, but it should be Phantoms versus Tempo. So I'm SputnikKobra. I've been joined by Hex on Analysis, and the next cast will be me and Nightfire, and we look forward to it. And I look forward to seeing everybody in chat, and we will see you soon.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.